The city that forgot the sky. Once, in a city named Dustin, the sky was so blue that people would sit on rooftops just to admire its endless beauty. Birds flew freely, the air smelled of flowers and rain, and the morning breeze carried peace into every home. But that was long ago. Now, in 2035, the people of Dustin couldn't remember the last time they saw the stars. The sky had turned gray, like a dirty blanket wrapped over the city. Smoke curled from factory chimneys day and night. Roads were filled with cars honking, releasing poisonous gases into the air. The city coughed, and so did its people. In the center of Dustin lived a 13-year-old boy named Ayan. He was born into the smoke-filled world, where even breathing had become a luxury. Every morning, Ayan wore a mask before stepping out of his house. His mother would check the air quality index on her phone. Red was danger. Orange was warning. Green? That color didn't exist anymore. Ayan's school was just a 10-minute walk, but it felt like a battlefield. With every breath, he felt his chest tighten. Children at school no longer played outside. The playground was closed, too polluted, said the signs. Instead, they sat in classrooms with sealed windows and air purifiers humming in every corner. One day, during a science class, Ayan's teacher, Miss Layla, showed a video from 20 years ago. It showed Dustin's green parks, crystal clear rivers, and skies full of birds. Ayan couldn't believe it. Was this real? He whispered to his friend Sana. Yes, she replied. My grandmother says she used to walk by the river with no mask. Ayan felt something stir inside him. He had never seen that kind of world. But now, he wanted to. That night, Ayan couldn't sleep. He looked out of the window, but only saw thick fog and orange streetlights. Why did this happen? He wondered. He didn't have the answers, but he decided to find out. The next day, he began his journey. Ayan started asking questions, first from his parents, then neighbors, then his teachers. The adults always gave the same reply: factories grew, cars multiplied, trees disappeared, and no one stopped it. No one? Ayan asked. Not enough people cared, said Miss Layla sadly. Ayan did care. Deeply. Ayan started a project at school called Project Sky. He gathered a small group of friends, Sana, Jamal, and Inaya. Together, they made posters, read articles, watched documentaries, and taught to elders in the city. They learned how air pollution came from vehicle emissions, factory smoke, burning garbage, deforestation, construction dust. What shocked them most was how dangerous polluted air really was. It caused asthma, heart problems, and even brain damage in children. Ayan remembered how his younger brother often woke up coughing at night. It wasn't just about the sky anymore, it was about their lives. One weekend, the group decided to visit the hills outside Dustin. A farmer named Uncle Bashir lived there. He was known for planting trees and using solar energy. As they climbed the hill, the children noticed something strange. The air felt fresher. They could breathe without masks. The sky, while not completely blue, was lighter here. Birds chirped. Leaves danced in the wind. Uncle Bashir welcomed them with warm smiles and fresh guavas. Why is it so clean here? Ayan asked. Because I fight back, said the old man. I plant trees, avoid burning trash, and teach my neighbors to protect nature. But we are just kids. How can we make a difference in the whole city? Sana asked. Uncle Bashir looked at them with kind eyes. You're not just kids. You're voices. Powerful voices. Speak up. Make people listen. That evening, the group sat on a large rock and watched the sunset. For the first time in their lives, they saw a streak of blue in the sky. It was faint, but it was enough. Back in Dustin, Project Sky grew. Ayan and his friends organized school events, gave presentations, and even wrote a letter to the mayor. They uploaded videos explaining the dangers of air pollution. One of their videos went viral. Soon, other schools joined. Parents began to listen. Local news started covering their movement. Project Sky was no longer a classroom idea, it had become a citywide youth revolution. But change never comes easy. One day, a factory owner named Mr. Collett, who earned millions by running old, smoke-belching factories, called the movement a childish dream. They don't understand how the economy works, he said in an interview. Jobs, money, growth, these things need factories. Ayan watched the video and clenched his fists. We're not against factories, he said. We're against poisoning our future. Facing resistance, Ayan knew they needed more than speeches, they needed solutions. So they proposed 3 major steps. 1. Greener transport, encourage electric buses and bikes. 2. Urban forests, plant trees in every school and park. 3. Green industry, force factories to use filters and eco-friendly machines. To their surprise, the city mayor, Miss Farida, invited Ayan and his team to City Hall. I've seen your videos. I've read your letter, she said. I'm impressed. Let's talk. With support from scientists, environmentalists, and doctors, the city launched the Green Dustin program. Over the next few months, schools planted 10,000 trees. Public transport added 50 electric buses. Factories were warned to follow new regulations or face heavy fines. Ayan became a symbol of youth-led change. But he never let it go to his head. This isn't about me, he always said. This is about the air we all breathe. 2 years later, Dustin's skies were no longer brown. The air quality